home and property clearings, healing lagoons, dragon rides, and Wataka retreats with Huna Kahihoe, the light shaman. You can find her at www.lightshaman.earth. Coaching for conscious entrepreneurship or travel is available with Huna Mahana. Book a free 30-minute consultation today at High Life Academy or High Earth Academy. Tetrahedrons and obelisks for your on-site ceremonies, handmade and coated with Kotahara crystal dust by Huna Hikahima. Shipping is available worldwide at www.shiningstar.earth. Introducing Mexico's only harmonic egg, operated by Hunas Maroyata and Ma'aikuta. For all of your health support needs, be it physical or emotional, head to www.apapachar.earth.
Okay, my ninjas, it's time. Get that raffle. You win a one-to-one session with myself, Huna Flash. You know what the time is. It's the time. It's time to get together. Get that raffle out there, and I'll see you. Just you and I. Nobody else. Just me and you. My ninja. Come with me, Huna Flash, and 144 Dragon Riders on September 22nd and September 26th in Vancouver. There are 2 dates to provide limited seating. Join me for an experience of a lifetime as I take you on a journey through the tears of a dragon, through your inner being, higher dimensions, to your lowest dimensions. A dragon ride that will help expand your consciousness and provide healing and assistance to your physical and your spiritual being. We look forward to greeting you there, and we look forward to riding with you. Well, sweet dear ones, welcome, sweet dear ones. So good to be here with you on another very beautiful sunny day, coming to you from Playa del Carmen, PDC here in Mexico. And also want to thank our guest for being with us today, Indigo Angel. We'll introduce her in just a moment. And today, Huna Tamakir is moderating and producing from outside of light today. And she is busy with activations from outside of light. So that is wonderful. We like that. Outside of light, I'll let you ponder what that is. Today's topic, Eye of Destiny. Eye of Destiny. Get into what that is. You know, it's been an incredible past few weeks. As you know, we are coming through to the completion of the Inaul, which, as you know, in Lemurian is the month of July, representing this energy. Inaul, the energy, the positive energy of July. Inaul, in the birth sign, which is the Kaka or Kakamutu, the special talking voice of the parrot. And today we are on the 28th day of the Lemurian calendar in the second month. And we are coming to the transition into the your choice, of course. We are coming into the energy of Ma'ita, which is the 13th month following this day. So tomorrow you can decide. You could be in the Ma'ita, which is the 13th month, or moving into the next Motu, which is August, which is coming into the eye of the destiny, coming into the Fatura Motu, which represents the falcon condor, as hence the title for today, and the geometries that we're going to share with you. The Fatura is the falcon condor birth sign for August, representing the eye of the falcon, but certainly the eye of the lion queen. Specifically, in the Lemurian, which is the third month of the Lemurian calendar, for all of those dragon masters that are here, graduated, will obviously know, but for you, those who don't know, we'll get a little bit into that as we go along here. Let me just say hi to a few of the sweet dear ones, to those over there on the grams of instant. Incredible turnout as usual. So thank you very much all for being here. Lisa, welcome. Huna Tawaho, welcome Huna. Sounds Bar, Katie Mage. And those are some new names right there. Yaslin West, hi Huna. Yaslin Eternal, 8 Eternal. Thayali Holly, welcome. Or the Ali Holly, I think. It's the tongue twister. Welcome there, sweet dear one. Co-create with spirit. Yayo Umi, Mama. Yayo Umi, welcome. Rainbows 91. These are some new names here. Yawab Bebeto, welcome. Karin Nipping, I think. Trill Prosper, Native American. Yavan Pool. If you are on the grams of instant and you do want to come by and ask a question, you have to come over to the YouTube channel, because the link will be placed there. As you know, links cannot work on the grams of instant. So when you do come over to YouTube, when you click the link for the stream, make sure to mute the volume in your YouTube before you enter the StreamYard screen, so we don't get a feedback, okay, or a loop. So it's great to see some new names here, and some, and of course, Hunas that are here. Jamie Green, hi, Huna. Is that you, Huna? I think that's you. It's been a minute. Princess, Violet Anadu, I think, Nancy, and Newbridge. Let me go over here to our main screen of you, the sweet dear ones of you coming in from the YouTube, and also to you on the Book of Face. Welcome, Richard. Good to see you back again. You're here early. Tom Stew, that's a new name, I think. Jessica Dawn White, Wawa to you from there, over there in Hawaii. Diadem Ferguson in Germany. Unahi Manua, welcome. Wahaka Watahi Tawakahama, yes. Mahaka Watahi Tawakahama. Apapacha
and over there at with the Elven Kingdom, Apapacha, Earth, the holders and the keepers of the Harmonic Egg for Mexico. Hola, 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 my neighbors, neighbors in the house. So, who else do we have here? A lot of Hunas in the house. Welcome, Hunas. Katariho, Huna Katariho in New Zealand. Kia ora, ke te pehe koe. Ke te pai, I hope, ke te pai. Moira, Huna mamoia, mamoira il. Katie Mage, Huna kaharima, Huna kaharima, Huna watawaho in the house, Bigot, over there in Oslo. I am Ashley, welcome. Hirimata over there in Amsterdam, welcome Huna, good to see you. Christina Nicole, Huna Mawarika, welcome back. Huna Kawamanatau in Cornwall, in the UK. Great to see some names here, these names, Hunas. Thank you so much. Eternal Star, Atamari Rolf Jacobson, Huna Haroka. Yes, some new Hunas. Recently sealed Hunas here as well. Thank you for being here. Huna Kaihoe, Rochelle, Wawa to you, Huna, Andrea, Morena, Atamari, welcome to you. And Justin Martinez over there in Olympia, Washington, welcome. Huna Mana Kori, Star Seed Energy, Huna Makaikawa, welcome. Incredible showing of the Hunas. Thank you so much. Lumiere, Les Artistes, Wawa, Jane over there in Denmark. And also Michael, welcome. Let's see here. Okay, Richard's stating he won't try to steal the show today, but he gets into it anyway. So we will see. I know there's some fun. It's just fun when you have so much to talk about and so many beautiful people here that come on. That tends to have little block parties over there in the comment space there, and most times it's a lot of fun, you know. It's a lot of questions going on. I'll just invite you, sweet dear ones, to remind you that if you want to ask a question and get an answer, I invite you to come and meet me face to face. That's how we do it here. This is Huna Flash TV, live and interactive. So if I've missed anybody, I'll come back and say hi to more of you, regardless, and see how you're doing, how we're doing when we as we go along here. Right for now, I would like to introduce and bring on Indigo Angel. Indigo, are you there? Would you like to turn your camera on if that's possible? I'll add you to the stage. There you are. Welcome.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. Good to see you again. Since the last chat we had, we have only kind of just met, but I think that we kind of communicated a little bit over the grams of internet, did we not?
Well, yeah, it was a lovely meeting, so thank you so much for meeting with me, and I was really excited to come and speak with you, as I think I have some questions
Yeah,
about the history of Hawaii and Kauai and Lemuria, so yeah.
You booked a one-on-one session to come and chat with me. I'm so grateful for that. Thank you for that commitment. And before we begin into the journey, would you please introduce yourself and tell and share with the sweet, sweet dear ones here, my dearly beloveds, a little bit about yourself. Who are you?
Sure. Well, thank you for bringing me on to come and talk. And I'm excited to be here with the House of Hunas. And essentially, I am on YouTube, and I've been on YouTube for about the last 7 years as a cosmic co creator with the divine. And I've worn many hats in that time in terms of everything and all the roles in which I like to uh, play and create within. And so currently, the current hat that I wear is a planetary grid reader and psychic. And so my current focus at this time is mostly based in grid worker missions, and it's based in planetary healing, global healing. And so I do that remotely, I do that on location, and it's one of my main focuses for my mission work. Uh, Me on a personal level, I would say that to define me in terms of my cosmology, I am a Hydra star seed. And we did talk about that a little bit before, uh, with this being a grand alignment within my birth chart, basically. And so once I really aligned to my cosmic identity, that really kind of sent me on a deeper quest of really understanding my ancestry more, like where I came from, connecting to my starseed origin, kind of built that that search and the knowledge of everything I was coming to find to learn about my eternal essence and my soul, and just defining that. So yeah, connecting with the Hydra system really sent me into serpent cosmology and the quest of understanding how this is interwoven into many different timelines here on the earth and many different root races. And it really ultimately took me back to Lemuria. I mean, this was kind of where I found that in terms of my soul origins, I was definitely a priestess in Lemuria, and I had access to Golden Temple technology in that time. And I would access many of the temples on the island, and I would work within them for healing, not only for myself, for the planet, but also other people. So that's been a quest of discovering through what I have known to be some of my soul bindings in this incarnation, which I came in with force breeder contracts. I came in with being descended down a maternal line that was very indebted to the force breeder programs on this particular planet. And so that helped me to kind of clear the things that I needed to clear, so to speak, and then help work with other women that are also carrying these force breeder implants. But this was how I came to understand the betrayal wounds that were in Lemuria, was
Mm,
understanding my part in it.
yes, yes.
Yeah.
Incredible. Uh, Large body of um, titles and certainly broad width of agreements within your soul missions. Uh, would you say that it's good to be here on Earth?
I would say that it's exciting to be here on Earth, definitely. Yeah. I know that we have a lot to look forward to in terms of New Earth and the higher timelines and what we're building here as a soul family collective. Um, I find myself going in the past and going in the future. And I feel like when I go in the past, I'm going to work hard at trying to alleviate the pain and the trauma of the collective and the soul burdens of the planet. I feel like it's rooted in the past, even though it is, I think, sectioned into the future as well. But it's like there's so much generationally that the planet's holding, at least especially going back the past 7 generations, that I think we have a lot of work to do in the timelines. Yeah.
Yes,
Um,
the uh, not so distant past and the not too distant potentialities are converging, or certainly some of the timelines are converging, and we are beginning to certainly with everybody's missions here and everyone who said yes to being here. However many that is, 144,000, 144, 1.44, point 1, point 0, point 140, um, however many of us that are here, that we are certainly accelerating this convergence. Hence the title, Eye of Destiny, to focusing towards what is the potentiality based upon what is our lesson, what have we learned, and and how and what are the tools we are working with to realize and confirm our work, confirm our advancements, our progress. Yeah, we must have some kind of measuring metrics, certainly in the feeling, in the stomach, in the gut, and in the consciousness. Measurements and metrics to just track our journeys ourselves, if not others. We're all kind of tracking each other in a way, as well as we are all many doing our specific sovereign work. Such a broad body of work.
yeah.
So far in this lifetime, what month did you arrive from the womb on this planet?
That would be October.
So in October you arrived, and that would have been in the Gregorian terms of the knowing by your mother at the time, and the system, and the assistance, the support from the hospital. And in this period of length of years that you have been here, how have your lessons been with mystery school, elders, guides, or just totally through your own guides from outside of light, spiritual guides, higher
Yeah.
self?
Hmm.
Have there been many, many?
Many. Yes, many. Um, Many teachers, many way showers. I've studied many, many great philosophical minds. Um, Along with my own understanding and integration as well, like trying to make sense of it completely for myself and find my own authenticity within all of it too. Um, and really just connecting with source. I'd say connecting with light. I do channel things as well, and I have my own visions and downloads. I try to stick with that first in terms of my sovereignty. I try to not bring too much in. I try to really keep things as aligned to my own gnosis as much as possible. And that was a lesson as well. That was a initiation and getting to point in the journey as well. Trusting that, being able to trust that. That took some time. Yeah.
Right, of course it does. Um, no such thing as failure. No such thing as fail. Does not exist. Failure does not exist. It is all valuable information throughout an entire lifetime. And so taking all what the lesson is and forging and molding and shaping yourself. October is an incredible motu. It is the Kirihi motu, which refers to the golden fleece. So the birth sign of the October in the Lemurian side is Kirihi Motu, and is the representing the fleece of the golden lamb or the golden fleece. It represents a revealing. The energy of the lamb has taken back its own wool, thereby revealing what the eyes have been blinded by. And so there is a lot of revealing and seeing now. And of course, this is an energy known but not known, maybe remembered in some way by you. Certainly all those who entered through the motu, Kirihi Motu, not exactly knowing, but possibly remembering along the way and being guided by, also partly guided by this energy field of the golden fleece, and that the return of that energy to humanity, so humanity can have clarity and comprehension, and a deeper insight, and see and awaken. So this, what we're going to share about today is through this eye of destiny regarding the Fatura. We have sacred geometries that are formed and situated and created through the locations of certain motus, or the motu, which means birth signs in Lemuria. So the motus situate in certain geometrical locations on the constellational grid of Lemuria, and they shift every couple of weeks. There's a move, and it shares with us as we track it. Shares with the Hunas. What is the intention coming in? What is the gift coming in? Not necessarily from one guide or being channeled, but sharing the location and sharing the intentions to us from multiple birth signs on that Lemurian astrological constellational, what we call the Upper Kuta. Within the Upper Kuta staging area, the staging area outside of light coming in. We want to share and speak to some of that today in terms of destiny. Obviously, it is an 8,000-year prophecy that you are here today on this channel, or us meeting this way. And certainly all those who are new here today, has been prophesied, it has been spoken of. Of course, you all have your own channelings on this, but I have one that's particular to 8,000 years, as an idea, a measurement of distance covering 8,000 years and what we have been up to from now to 8,000 years ago, or from 8,000 years ago to now. Why? What is this 8? And so many who are here now, Indigo, of course, Indigo itself, your title, right? The Indigo child, right? Are you for you, is that your title, so to speak, the star group of star children from the Indigo alignment?
Yeah.
Yeah, as an
I
Indigo.
credit that to the Cygnus system, actually. Cygnusian.
And so so could you please share the year that you arrived here, if you don't mind?
86.
Okay. All right. So you would be considered the one of the one of the elders or an ancient elder of the Indigos because you are past the age of 30.
Mm,
And many Indigos did not last from the first wave, the earlier wave. You're like from the second wave.
mm. I feel that.
Yeah, and they were able to last longer. The first wave, some, very few, are in my age group of 60 or even 50. Very few. It was very traumatic for the first wave, and so they were either um, taken out by distortion or took themselves out by distortion because of the density here and the field. It wasn't. They were, of course, they were. Those indigos were briefed, so to speak. They were briefed and they were given the intel, but to actually enter here for some of the star groups and these waves was very difficult. But
Yeah.
you were still here. Right? You're
Hmm.
still here, and
Hmm.
so you carry with you, of course, as you shared with us what you do, and so I am grateful. We are all grateful, and um, that you are here, and those of you that are of your wave group that are here. It's very important. You have the ability to and the strength to be here. This is very helpful for us as we share the memory of Lemuria,
Yeah.
going going from the knowledge and moving from the matrix of Draconian and Gregorian and of the gray and the black pope
Mm.
eras, moving over into Lemurian's matrix of benevolence, coming out of malevolence matrix into the matrix of benevolence. On here in the in this channel, Huna Flash TV, and in what we share, talk about um, the Lemurian operating system, the time of Lemuria now being Lemuria 5, the the ascension of Gaia that has ascended. The light of Gaia has ascended to the light of Matea, so we recognize that. As Matea is now here, Lemuria 5 is confirmed.
Mm.
Confirmed in its confirmations and guaranteed anchored from this local position here in Mexico in the Yucatan Peninsula from when Lemuria 4 fell to when we stood there so long ago during the betrayal and we proclaimed that Lemuria 5 would return from the same location it fell after the comet and after our war had completed here. And so we are in that right now. 2 years, no, sorry, 2021 was confirmed. So sharing of the return of Lemuria, the new Earth Lemuria, let's say new Lemuria, but we do say Lemuria 5. It's the fifth major golden age has begun. And Hawaii, when you speak of Hawaii, and you've got something to share with us for Hawaii that you'll be doing, to come here for the conversation. Now I invited you for a conversation to talk about Lemuria and add to your vocabulary and add to your toolbox and your toolkit here certain energies to receive here.
Yeah.
Could you share the mission? I know you spoke to me about it, all the ideas, and what your mission for Hawaii.
Yeah. Well, and I think this is one of the reasons why I came was because I have pressing questions that I feel like I would love to hear your perspective and, your truth around these certain mysteries when it comes to the betrayal wounds of Lemuria. Um, for me, yeah, I got the call to go to Kauai. I think it was around probably October 23. I started putting the trip together. I had always known that I needed to go there, though. I've known the importance of, well, uh, Hawaii and Polynesia and Easter Islands being the remnants of the motherlands of Mu. And that, this is kind of the closest I think we're going to get to our most ancient origins, is like to these islands that are the remnants of the motherlands. And so, with a lot of my occult research and studies, it's led me to see that Kauai and Hawaii, that they're inner Earth gate access points. So I think there's a level of initiation to work with the gate systems, to work with stargates in this way. It's not like, and this is why I mean, like, with all due respect, like, I have been studying stargate mechanics for quite some time, their functioning, how to work with them, how to access them. So I've never actually been to an inner Earth gate vortice before. So this will be my first time. I find as I get closer to it, I'm getting pulled deep into the planetary soul records. I'm getting pulled deeper into planetary history, the planet's origins. I'm getting shown our connections to Mars, to Venus. I'm getting shown um, more of the New Earth templating, because all of the New Earth templating is in that inner Earth vortice. So I'm literally being shown New Earth from just me preparing and planning to go to that location. It's all being kind of systematically downloaded, so to speak. I'm getting like picture, 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 image, the prophecy that's unfolding within it all. I'm also being shown what needs to be cleared inside of the planet. So I'm getting shown planetary war history and how this war history is stuck in the passageways of life and death. And this is one of the things binding humanity to reincarnation here, is because the transcendence of the level of the war timelines is, it's kind of like gunk. It's gunk that's almost like toxic energy inside the planet. Like, this is of course this all coincides to what I call the mechanical beast machines, basically artificial weaponry that's been installed on the planet that's basically working against humanity from the inside as well. So I've been getting the messages that, because I've been on the cleanup crew mission for a while. Let's just put it this way. I've been cleaning up places. I've been sent out into like negative Stargate gate zones where I'm like under massive spiritual attack. And I'm getting thrown out there like, you got to go out there and extract and clear, girl. And I'm like, I don't want to, but I'm going anyways, you know? So I'm building all these inner tribal warrior shields. I'm building all these inner tribal warrior codes doing this. So I feel like I've been slowly initiated to access the inner earth gate system by source spirit, the universe, my Lemurian call, my priestess codes. They're all activating to basically initiate me, to prepare me to work with the energies there. But I guess one of my main questions that I have for you, like, that's so important to me, like, if you could bring me some clarification around this, is I've studied a lot of Lisa Renee's work and also Asha and Adine, and one of the histories that they speak about is the Ioni tribes. Okay, and talking about that, the great betrayal happened with the great Tothian deception that came in and basically did horrendous things to these tribes, because these tribes were 12th dimensional blueprint soul holders. Okay, so if they represent multiple tribes in Lemuria, or maybe it represents the descendancy of tribal inheritance and lineages from Lemuria, I'm not sure exactly where it falls in the timelines. But I just know that in terms of my own force breeder trauma, that this goes back to to Lemuria. It goes back to these tribes. It goes back to these betrayal wounds. So one of the mission works in which I've been guided to do, it's not all of my mission work in Hawaii, but one of the important things that keeps coming forward is to heal the betrayal wounds and the separation between men and women and people in general, relationships in general.
Yes. Yes, I think I can speak to some of that.
That would be so great. And if I could just say one more thing. The reason why I'm asking is because I got this perception that some of the tribes and the locals and the natives almost didn't agree with that history. And so I wasn't sure when I got that feedback. I was like, okay, well then is this true? And what is truly the history of the betrayal that's there? And where is my role and my place within that in terms of how do I contribute to healing that?
Okay.
Yeah.
Where to begin with these such big questions?
Thank you for taking them on. I appreciate it.
They're quite huge. They do have timelines simply by the sounds you're making. So to go to the timelines where and when. So the greatest betrayal, the biggest and the greatest betrayal happened 60 million years ago. This is when Lemuria fell. This was so sad. Giant nations, many star nations, the dragon energies being usurped, and the giant nations being betrayed. That was the big one. Okay, and in that time and in that moment, the Atlanteans weren't there, so Thoth wasn't there. Well, it wasn't Thoth at that time. It wasn't time for Thoth or Teotihuacan, as he's also known as Teotihuacan. Thoth, so it's known as many. He's known as many beings. So if I can begin by going from the greatest betrayal that led up to the period when Atlanta 1 would begin. And Atlantis 1 began after millions of years of peace and began here in the island of Cozumel, known as the island of the goddess Zero. Goddess Zero, at a time of peace. And so there are some who have memories of Atlantis being so peaceful, because in the beginning, in that first instance, in that arrival of Atlantis was peaceful. It was much like Lemuria. And it rained for so long. It rained for millions of years. And then as timelines began to expand and become more dense and start, the frequency bands were getting closer together. The second Atlantis came, and then there was more activity, more energy, more structures and technology being utilized and usurped, and the building of technologies and structures, militaristic ideals, and all of it coming in till we get to the point where we learn of the Ionians, or the people of Eor, and also, of course, Thoth and the Anu and the the arrival of these beings, these star nations, or the birthing of them, started coming into play, and they are in the most recent 250,000 years. Anywhere from 250,000 years ago till now is that period of change and betrayal that began to take hold. It began to bring distortions throughout the timelines and the fields, and not only because Thoth as well was also a time being that utilized timelines of eternal now. So those could access potentialities, and then also future potentialities, ancestral potentialities, and historic. And there were beings that preferred preferred to usurp and utilize the fourth dimension because they were able to come and go, be covert, access technology that they could not access in the third dimension, that they could access in the fourth dimension and bring through. They had the ability to move in and out of those two, that not just astral travel. They were going outside of light into that dimension, utilizing technology. And so they would seem to be gods to tribes of people, earlier tribes of nations that were in the third dimension, who had been here for millions of years. Tribes that had been here since, let me say, first Lemuria. Okay. And so they, these tribes, the people of Io or Ionians, and then which iterations of the people of the Mayans in the modern age through the Kemet, and the Mayans, Aztecs, Peruvians, Quechuan, and on through the modern times with the Native American, okay, and the Polynesians of the day were being influenced by, sometimes just a lot of times just by a couple of individuals that were traveling through time, traveling through lines, timelines, and down through the DNA, the stargates of the DNA, 12 strand down into the 10 strand DNA, and then sort of experimenting with DNA, experimenting with native peoples, indigenous peoples, star nations in the gardens of Eden, in the laboratories of Eden. There were many Edens. Okay, there were many native peoples, indigenous of millions of years, that were being usurped, and distortions and slavery and these codes being entered in. And certainly the Melchizedek lineages and because of those, you being a high priest of the Melchizedeks, I suppose he was up to his neck in covert operations, things he would get up. Of course, he's not the only one. Not the only one. There was many of them, but that's a name that goes all the way through to Teotihuacan here in Mexico. Teotihuacan, the great pyramid here in Mexico City. Are you familiar?
Yes, I've been there.
Yeah. Oh, yes. And then so that, and it is up into the time when the story about one of the tablets, the emerald tablets, was hidden in the Negra. It's not Bacal. It's one of the pyramids. It has the title De Negra, and it was an ancient pyramid there that's still under the jungle, half under the jungle still, where it was said that he hid one of the tablets, emerald tablets, and that the Mayans are saying they got a hold of that tablet. And hold of that tablet, and had been using the knowledge and wisdom from it down through these past couple thousand years. The betrayals of the DNA to the masculine and feminine. Now we get over to Egypt and the time of the matriarch. Of course, was the matriarch during the time of Kemet. They were the gods, goddesses. They were the high priests. They were the elders and the leaders of the community of the Nubian civilization and the Kemet. And then the patriarch, when it became known as Egypt, that's when the patriarch kicked in. Okay, and this is just time before King Ptolemy obviously before Alexander, before the Queen Cleopatra,
Mm.
and then things were twisted and turned there when Amun Ra kicked into gear. Amun Ra, are you familiar? Amun Ra?
Yes. Yeah.
Yes. So Amun Ra brought in codes of monotheism. In other words, worship me. Worship me. You will worship me. I am the God and you will worship me. Not a God. This is just a guy. Some ego, powerful guy that could access fourth dimension technology, pull it into the third dimension. And that the high priest could do this. So this particular person, being, said that you will worship me. I am the one God. And this is when the one God began. The idea of monotheism, the idea of worshiping one God instead of many, going from the poly, poly worship to the mono, right? And then Christianity was born many years later out of that. But there was also a rebellion against this, and in a way is a betrayal
Mm.
that did affect entire nations and did affect indigenous groups and did affect those all across the realms of Atlantis. This would be third Atlantis, third and fourth, the last two major civilizations of Atlantis, moving into the modern world. Now, this Amun Ra, an example. Whenever you hear somebody pray, particularly Christians, in a monotheistic religion, they will pray, and then the last thing, what will they say? What's the last word they would say? They would say Amen.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And many here may know this. If you don't, then now you do, or you could check it. Please go ahead and fact check me. But this distortion came in from Amun, and he had stated it thousands of years ago that you will worship me. I am the one God, and you will say my name throughout the ages. And for thousands of years, we all have said his name, Amen, after our prayer. Who did we just worship to? Who did you just pray to? You just prayed to Amun Ra. Knowingly or unknowingly. You just did. Even knowingly today, still today, when with the Ionians, the people of Eor, and the good people of polytheism, as known by the Nag Hammadi, I think it's the Nag Mahadi, or Nag Hammadi, which is the
Gnostics.
no, before the Gnostics. The Nag Hammadi is a book discovered before the age of Amun Ra. It was understood in Kemet, and that civilization, and Atlantis 3, that many people, the voice of many people was the voice of one God. So the voice of God was through many people speaking from multiple gods, speaking multiple essences, but arriving at the same place together in unified consciousness through the many voices. That's what that meant. Polytheism meant that there were not so many gods. For instance, gods is such a kind of a general term. One would say, in our language, in the Lemurian, we would say Atua. In Hawaii, of course, they say Akua. It does not mean God. Atua and Akua means a deity. Okay, it speaks to the deity or being in control of certain compartmental duties. Okay, so you have Te Atua o Te Ngahere, which means you have the god of the forest. Okay, that just okay. or you have Tangaro, Te Atu o Te Moana, which means the God of the ocean. This is compartmental management. The same thing to do with the body. We speak of the body's systems being managed by 238 atua, which are main deity gods that take care of the operations of the body, and then it moves into many more. But we speak to the atua, and we speak that level of atua is not the level of a god. And even today, when people sing that song, Akua, what's that song? Akua by Nako and the Bear. Sorry, Nako and Medicine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for medicine. When they say Aloha Akua, they don't know what they're singing. They are not, this is not God. This is the word that represents deities, kind of like different beings in charge of different parts of the world, the elements. Okay, that's what that means. They don't know that.
Mm-hmm.
Now they do. I hope they're listening. Okay, and because we don't typically, the Nag Mahamadi was speaking towards the many gods, the many voices of the people who take care of humanity and are unified. Now that was betrayed. Okay, there was a betrayal there from Amun Ra, and then Amun Ra spread that distortion of worship to one God when he was not even a god. And our concept of God from those days was not a being you call he or she, not a one being, but many, the one in many, and the many in one that represented many, but the voice of many was heard. Okay, not worshipped, heard. We deep listened, consciousness and deep listening and on the infinite, to the infinite energy and the infinite energetic field of vibration, and our ceremonies reflected all of it, right? And then the betrayal to the betrayals to our ceremonies, as you know, the high priestess ceremonies were betrayed by this monotheism, and this amen infected it, and then all of a sudden people were being burnt at the stake. Or
So the great betrayal wound is the betrayal over the freedom of worship or the freedom of belief.
the freedom of our consciousness, the separation of our unified voice, but also allowing the sovereign voice to speak, because we trusted each other from those times. We had trusted each other, and then that was pulled apart. Trust, respect, that
Yeah.
was pulled apart.
Mm-hmm.
Through that, wasn't just about men and women. This is about our consciousness, our heart, and our compassion was being tested. And so then we were labeled. Okay, then introduce a label. Pagans. Okay, they say this vocabulary. They use this certain vocabulary, right? And so this word, even the word pagan, is not even pronounced. It's pronounced paha. Paha. The G is not pronounced as gan. It's pronounced as ha. Pa means the kingdom of whom. Ha means the first breath. It means the breath of the kingdom of heaven. So even though they said pagan, it wasn't even pagan. They did not know this. When they were bringing that energy to speak it properly, is to say paha. Okay, ishta wawa paha, which was speaking to the celebration of love from the breath, first breath from heaven. Ishta, right? Easter was celebration. Ishta pa, ishta wa paha wawa, wawa meaning much aloha, much love, and pa meaning home. and Ha, meaning of the sacred breath.
Mm.
So no matter what they were saying, to calling us, labeling many, not us, but just labeling at the time, these labelings, they were also at the same time undoing themselves and hadn't realized that those codes of Lemurian sounds are undoing the very thing that they were trying to attempt.
Mm.
It took time because of the manipulation, but this is where we are today, is what I share. That's what I share. Part of what the school shares. But this betrayal came all the way through to through many lands. Okay, even to Mount Shasta, to the mountain of Shasta, over time became poisoned and infected and
Yeah.
needed to be shut down. And it was shut down. I was part of shutting it down for 7 months back in 2015. We shut it down for 7 months so that the Wesak ceremonies could not be continued that year. And the
Mm.
highway was shut down and access to that mountain was shut down. And Shasta was put to sleep for 7 months to awaken in January 2016. I was part of that. So the cleansing that took place and some of the things that were learned from all of this planetary work and the cleansing of the grids and the activation of the 48 stargates, so far 24 that I am working with, the stargates of Lemuria 5, which are connected to the Motu grid, is not known and is not meant to be known, even by Earth, not so much by the planet itself, certainly by those who are have been attempting to usurp it again. And in my work, they've tried to undo the work that I have done. I found that couldn't be undone because its source and it's Lemuria 5. And codes and the higher codes are not known. These are unknown.
So my question is then, what is our solution to handle the aggressive predatorial force on the planet? I mean, because if we talk about the great deception of Amun-Ra, I mean, was Amun-Ra Anunnaki? I mean, was he a descendant?
Yes.
Okay. We think about, how did these great, falls occur? Is it that these race lines and predatorial narcissistic mindsets were already here in the beginning? Is it that they invaded the
No.
planet? Is it that they, and what do we do with them today? Because I keep getting the messages I keep getting is that we actually have to go into
Yeah,
it.
we have to work to do. Recently, my team just did the work inside of the Freemasons headquarters in Amsterdam. And from the dark caves, dark tunnel missions we do, and we did connected also in Azores in Portugal. So we are doing the work inside of the second dimension and the dark tunnels and on the grid and assisting the dragons to move the dragon lines. So we've moved a lot of dragon lines to clear them, and we shifted ley lines from London and switched them down into Surrey, Dorking, Surrey, where the Dragon Tour exists. Dragon Tour is at Leith Hill in the UK. That's the main dragon hub of the dragon lines of the planet. It's a main dragon hub. I was also involved in that physically. I do a lot of around the world physical with the
Yeah.
teams.
What is the things you did in the Freemason clearing? Like, how do you
I
how do
can't.
you clear
Well,
that?
yeah. See, all the Hunas are sealed in Lemuria 5. They are sealed and they are tutored, and they tutor and graduate from the School of Light as Dragon Masters. So let me just say, no one can stop us from walking into a door, through any door. No matter what is said, high security or otherwise. When the team is assembled and the assignment has been put into divine direction and supported by the dragons, there's no one that can deny us access physically. All right. So this is on the ground in Amsterdam. and also etherically celestial side and outside of light. We operate both sides, physically and outside of light, simultaneously. Now, how does that happen? Well, because we are dragon masters, we are Huna, we are highest level of light. When we activate and go ready in missions, we activate. So, for instance, there was a guardian at the door. He's of these places, and he's standing there and he's being confronted by several Hunas led by Huna Kahasahi and Watawaho and Hirimata and Hitumata, a powerful team of sealed Huna dragon masters. And he's trying to deny them access. They're standing right in the doorway.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And after a couple of minutes, he just goes, "Oh, just come in." And they go through working with Lemurian technology and protocols and clear the entire place, including the ritual space where they have ceremony down in the basement and the seat, the main seat of the 33rd degree Mason, that throne, that gets cleansed by powerful technology that we carry with us when we go on missions. Okay. And so they were, the Hunas, a large team of Hunas, were like, boom, 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 just went through the whole entire place and blew it up with light, proper light. Because they operate on the 1,000 points of light, which is false light. The 1,000 points of light is how the Illuminati operate and the Freemasons. I don't know if you know that. It's on location in Amsterdam.
Okay.
It's a ring which they call the 1,000 points of light. You got to have knowledge of some of these things before you go in, of course.
Well, I haven't heard about the 1,000 points of light in Amsterdam. That's really interesting.
It's the headquarters of the Freemasons.
Okay.
Of the 33rd degree. And they couldn't stop the Hunas from walking in, no matter what the Guardian was trying to do. This dark being at the door. This is a person standing at the door. You can't come in, you can't come in, you can't come in. Okay, come in.
It just feels as if there's so many different leagues of them on the planet. I mean, my goodness. I mean, like, we have the Freemasons, the secret societies, the Cabal, the Illuminati, the Black Nobility lines. I mean, like,
they're all the same.
It's all one entity.
They're all standing on the one grid, and the ley lines that they took over, and they're all operating from them. So when you go to one, you're going to hit them all because they're all connected there. So you got to go to the places where they've placed their temples, and this is what we do. Okay.
Yeah.
So once you hit them, then you're hitting a lot of them. There is a large number that have been cleared. We are about 75 to 80% cleared on the planet. There's not that many, even though it feels like it. That's because that's their technology is to cause fear, and they know how to do that, and they know how to project it. But there isn't that many of it. It's struggling to keep breathing. They're struggling to be here. And the star nations that support them, including the Draconians, there aren't many of them that can handle being in the dimension as well. They can't sustain a long period in this dimension. They have to stay in either in the dark portal or in and out of the fourth dimension and the third dimension. Their physicality cannot maintain. So I know that it's all like they're projecting a lot, and the media is helping, and the church is helping, the distorted churches, and all of that is helping them. That's 10-strand DNA. Anything to do with churches is 10-strand DNA, and that is to enslave. Okay, so those things, not the people, the institutions of it, not the people, the institutions. So I'm not putting this on Christians. Christianity is consciousness. But the system itself was created from Amun-Ra, right? And then down through the Ethiopians had the proper version of the Nag Hammadi. The same with the Ethiopian Bible is connected at the Nag Hammadi as well. And so this Bush distortion put into the religions today, what you know of, right? And they are still trying to take over. They're still struggling to hold on. And there are families, physical family, like there are families, the Rothschilds and the deep state
Mhm.
families. The 13 families. They're part of that worship. You must worship them. We have to worship them. They are being worshipped still, to some extent, to some percentage. And it's not as they're not as intense and as strong as they like to portray themselves to be. Mhm. We have teams, and our work has been instrumental in the dark tunnels, and so we have direct contact when we go into mission with them, and so we know what we're feeling and what we're being confronted by when we are there in person. And we've become to know the intensity of it, and I've become to know the intensity is lacking. Their intense energy is not so intense anymore. It used to be, not anymore. It's there, but it's not as strong as it used to be. It might be for some, because this darkness and these energies to individuals, it may seem that. But as a practiced and who is constant, knows already the depth and their technology, because I'm confronted by it. And
Yeah.
no,
One of the things we were looking at in terms of the Hawaiian Islands is that, or at least in Kauai, there's a lot of, I guess, dark military bases around the island
yeah,
itself,
yes,
and also like HAARP locations where they have things set up and kind of. It does seem like it's more weaponized in the Nepali coast. Like it's like on the other side. But that there's a black box there, like Saturnian black cubes and black boxes that have to be cleared and removed. And that this might be even what's contributing to the current directed energy weapons for the Maui fires. And then also, I think Kauai is also still dealing with a
that's
current fire
you know,
there.
the black box, the whole box thing is a flip. There's technology from Lemuria that was usurped. That can also be flipped, but you have to be there. It requires the presence of a strong presence of light, powerful dragon masters to be there. And because that is technology of Lemuria, it's ancient. They just got their hands on it and flipped it. Right? They used it. It comes
Mhm.
from also a part of it comes from the stone of the forbidden circle, the black star crystal that was usurped out of the forbidden circle of the 12 black star crystals that created Islam, right? And then was usurped. Okay, so the codes of Islam were also flipped during the second edition of the Quran. The first edition of the Quran was benevolent, fully benevolent, and was all about the tears of a dragon. It was all about the tears, um, about the wailing, about the sorrow of loss, and
Mm.
then was switched to what is known as Mecca, which is a flip from Becca.
Right.
Now, Mecca is a flip. That's not the origin of it. It's the black box in the middle you see there. They took the 12 stones of the forbidden circle and relocated them, stole them actually from out of Becca. The origin is Becca. Those who know what Becca means will know which location I'm talking about. Okay, which I will share, which is Petra. Petra
In Jordan.
was the location of the forbidden circle of the 12 black star crystals that they created that the technology is created from, known as the forbidden circle. And so they shifted it from Becca, changed the codes in the second edition Quran, and relocated it and called it Mecca.
Yeah.
When its original form is Becca, which means the tears of a dragon, or 1,000 tears, is known as, because Becca was also about the water inside of Petra. The water flows. Many died in Petra, and many still
Yeah.
die. I was there. I was in Petra to know. So, and I had learned. Now the switch again, another betrayal, right? Another betrayal through civil war. Right? So at the time, back a couple thousand years now, we're talking, or no, 1,500 years, we're talking another distortion flip and utilizing the technologies from the ancient technology of the black star crystal, which is a crystal that I work with as a guardian of the stargates. Whenever I activate, I work with a certain black star crystal in terms of locking down the stargate for once the frequencies are reset. That's a technology and that's a protocol of which one must learn and practice to do these things, to do
Mhm.
these things. I can't say to what you're doing, but I'm going to say to what we do.
Yeah.
'Cause
I
I
have
s-
different methodology, different technology. We do a lot of collapsing and extracting, like, and removal, and then releasing through 12-dimensional portal back to source, back to light, like, just to cleanse and clear. Um, I
yes,
think I work more within divine will and just, like, really being guided by source in terms of what exactly needs to be done, like, a lot of verbal transmissions, a lot of clearing through verbal transmission. Um In terms of, like, Stargate clearing, I would say we do a lot of, like, ritual formation, like where we stand or how we stand to, I guess, release any anti-life codes in the gate system, and then doing kind of like shifts of energy within rotation to reset the spin field, but it's I don't, lock down the gate afterwards, so maybe that's something I should think about.
yeah, that's a technology that is a must, and until all 48 are activated.
Okay.
There's only 24 of the proper. There's 24 that are activated right now. These are the main. This is the Lemurian 5 gates. Okay, these are the new Earth gates. They're not the old ones. Some of the locations are changed in the sequential. We've changed and moved some of the sequences, even moved the Stargate. I moved the
Right.
Stargate in Egypt from one location to the next to another place, and I've
So how
shared
do you
with.
feel about the Stargate in Giza? Do you feel like that gate is,
Oh, I
like,
moved it.
safe?
I moved it. It's not where it is. Where people think it is. I moved it 10 years ago. Myself and the Bindi Masters and my team. We moved the entire energetic field into the location where it was returned back to the feminine, and it's not in the Giza Plateau. It's not in the Giza Plateau. That's not a false one. That's a deflection. It is a portal, but it's been allocated to a downgraded to a low bandwidth of reality. Yeah, you can see Jesus. Yeah, you can see God, but in that low bandwidth of reality, it has a low ceiling. Keep them enjoying what they're doing and keep them working through it, but not accessing the higher vibrations because of war in the field.
Yes.
So if anybody is saying, okay, they've got access to stargates right now, no, you don't, because they cannot be accessed because of the timeline you're in is with war, and they cannot be distorted. They're our future timeline stargates. They cannot be infected, and they must be moved or shut out from the old energies. So you can still reach Sirius, but you're going to reach it in a low ceiling, low bandwidth frequency reality matrix. You will think it's, oh, look at this God and this Jesus and there's the light. It's low ceiling.
Mhm.
Right now, that's a technology that we do, and it's put in through as well vocally, as well as the tools and the energetic, the physical tools we have with us. Now, I'll share with you though the one that's the portal that's in Giza was shifted 10 years ago. We moved the actual Stargate into alignment with the Temple of Mother. And if you know the Temple of Mother, you'll know where I'm talking about. Okay? And it's been placed inside the Nile River, aligned to first light. Every morning you will see, and you can connect with it, and it's in the water, in the Nile, in the higher dimensions, inside water. Right? It's known as the door of fire, but its set frequency is to the feminine. It's a feminine Stargate. Specific. It's specific feminine Stargate number 6. That is the frequency of the feminine. It's the numerical sequence is a 6. Mm-hmm. That's been moved. So if you don't know where the Temple of Mother is, it's Dendara. Okay, and the Temple of Isis is there.
I was just going to say the Temple of Isis. It's interesting because that's been moved as well, hasn't it? They removed that.
No,
The Temple of Isis?
It's there. It's still there. I was in it not that long ago. But there's a tunnel in a cave down underground, which is another part of the Temple of Isis, which there used to be a well underground. I don't know if you've been there. And there's a tunnel you can go down and gather the water, make ceremony underground. Part of that. That's why we moved. Well, part of the reason why we did the work to shift it to the water. Now we took it out of the Giza Plateau and we moved it.
Okay.
Now, okay, so yes, so in terms of Hawaii, we got to get into a break here in a minute. But in terms of the Hawaii, the knowledge of Lemuria is back to Lemuria 1. You really want that knowledge. You really want the vocabulary. You really want the codes that you speak. You really do want to speak that language. You know, it is spoken, the Polynesian language is so closest to the Lemurian, as well as the Mayan, the Quechua. When they all return into one level deeper than the flag, than their nation's flag, then you're getting right on top of it. You really want that remembering, the access of technology encodes through this language. Yes, there is the counterclockwise cycle speaking. There is that physically. There is geometric footprint. Look behind me. Those are the footprints we work with, and when we're standing, okay, right behind me. Okay, so it is the Ma'ita. It is working with the 13th month of the omnipresence of being, of the being, which is the 13th month, 12 around 1. We do work with all of that and everything else that we bring with us when we go on tour, when we go on mission. As much as we can cram into our suitcases, and we go. And we set everything up with all black star crystals and all kind of Lemurian crystals and all manner of medicines that have been asking to come, as well as the technology of protocols that I have tutored through the School of Light. That is really important because it includes guarantees, right? It's a guarantee. It's a guarantee that thing is getting done and done properly, and then you can go home and make it home safely. You get there, you do the thing, and my job is also to make sure everyone gets home safely. And we have a team that flies around the world. We're getting ready to share missions again. We've got another mission that we want to share. Some of the Hunas in Oslo, and there's some more conversations to have about Amsterdam, and there's another mission taking place very soon in Michigan. Right? There's a team of Hunas there already mapping it. So so these technologies are shared as tools. The vocabulary, you must learn to speak and have the codes of the undoing and the codes of the continuum codes to go there and back again safely. Continuum codes, very important. So they're all available. That's what we share. And then, of course, knowledge of Hawaii is shared through the Dragon Masters, through all of that. Because there's a lot you're not going to, once you learn these things, you have to allow your body months to recover just from receiving the knowledge.
Mm.
And then get ready maybe a year later to go to actually do something and take the tools and take the knowledge with you, because the body has to also ascend to it,
Yeah.
So that's what's not about just, I tell me what and I'll go and do it. Oh no. It's not you. No, I mean, I would love to and it would be great if you could, but then if you could, you wouldn't need me to ask about stuff. But then, okay, so your body has to ascend, and it's because you're going to go through an ascension of your 12 from 12 strand DNA up into 48 strands of DNA, 48th dimensional technology, 48 dimension, and there's a thin line between each of them. So this is the integration, though accessing it is through the knowledge, but the integration of it is it's it's like trying to cram the fastest, most incredible supercomputer into just tiny human body. That causes deformities, by the way, and there are some births that show deformities because the download of source energy is too big. So you have some people here and beings that are deformed, but still have their thing, but a little deformed. Because they've got to capacitate it. Not just only small people, really. It depends on what you do, because how much you do. You're rather slim, and you may have a large capacity, and you build your capacity, and you get, it's like calluses. You get stronger, and if you practice, that's okay. But if you're not practiced and you take on all of this stuff, and you will get a fever, you will get sick, and then you will come through it.
I've gotten sick before. Going to Rome.
Oh, well, that's different.
That was no joke. Okay.
Yeah.
The spiritual warfare and the satanic
Yes.
force is very real. It's very alive. I think the
I've been
2
there.
weeks that I
Yes.
was there, I was being spiritually attacked in my dream space, having sleep paralysis every single night. I would see the demons come in and try to do things, torture me, suffocate me, hold me in suspension on the floor. It just full on torture devices every single which way, and took some
Yeah.
time to clear it after the fact.
Right.
Yes, it was
Right.
big.
Oh, I've had those experiences, and I used to surprise them.
It's interesting though that the Germany. So you're going to Germany next, or where's your?
Well, I mean, I've done the work at the Vatican in Rome. I have a lot of students in Rome, in Italy, actually. About 31 Hunas that are sealed. But yeah, we have a home in Germany, in Hamburg, Germany, where when I complete missions in Europe, I go home there for a while, and then I come back here to my home in Mexico. So I won't be going back there until be a minute, because I just came back from there. So a month ago, and I've got to
Are
go
you
to.
aware of any stargates in Germany that are activating?
Well, there are portals, but I've activated all the stargates for a large portion of Europe, Western Europe, and some in the Eastern Europe. There's how many have I done over there so far? 8, 12, 13 stargates that I have done there in Europe. And there are old portals now, and they're downgraded, but there's location of the motu, which means the birth sign. So there's an entire continent birth sign. For instance, Germany is on the butterfly. Okay, it sits on the back of the butterfly. So are you familiar with the turtle?
In
Turtle
terms
Island?
of like the shapes of like the continent?
Yeah. Are you familiar with Turtle Island?
Well,
You
that's
familiar?
North America, right? Turtle
Yeah,
Island?
that's the Americas. Okay,
Okay.
all the way to Mexico from Greenland. Right, that whole area is the turtle. It's called in the Lemurian. It's called Honu Motu. Its location in the astrology in the Upper Kuta is March. Where March is, it replaces March. So March becomes Honu Motu, no longer March. It's Honu. So that's for instance, that's one continent. On each continent has 4 stargates of the Lemuria 5 stargates. These are the New Earth Lemurian 5 stargates. There are only 4 on each continent. There are portals and ley line and grids connected to different parts of the
Would the
continent
Lemurian 5 portals also be equivalent to the golden etheric cities of light?
there are four stargates.
Okay.
Yes, they are.
They're not golden stargates?
No,
Okay.
they're not called golden stargates. They're referred. They have essence code, right? There's not a name. There's not a name. There's no. It's more like an essence than it is a name or a color, because
Okay.
there's many colors. Okay, so the Honu has each one of the continents has 4. There are 12 continents. Okay, each one of them has 4 stargates. I have activated 25 of them on a multiple continents. Physically activated them, Indigo. Physically, meaning I've gone with the teams to the locations. The most recent one is at the Black Sea in Istanbul,
Okay.
at the Bosphorus Strait. That's Stargate number 24. That was the most recent. That was a month ago or so. Time's moving so fast. Then I was in Germany for a rest, and then I came back home. So I have 2 homes, one in Hamburg, one here, Mexico.
Okay.
And so there is the one that represents Germany, okay, that's located that supports Germany there are 4 of them that supports Germany, because Germany is on the butterfly. You have to go back before there were countries, because there is no borders.
Mm-hmm.
The continents don't have national borders. Energetically, they have energetic borders, which is the continental being itself. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So the butterfly, or in German, is Schmetterling. Okay, Schmetterling. Now, all of this I'm sharing with you is in the Dragon Masters. There's so much more, and there's also other Hunas here that can that can sit with you and take you through certain parts of it in depth.
Mm-hmm.
Through the FLC.Earth, through the Lemurian Oracle, and through quantumnavigator.earth for the Lemurian birth chart, which shares a lot of the locations. The body of it, though, is the course itself that carries the body of the work,
Yeah.
which is,
I would
Now-
definitely love to check out the body of work that and all of the locations and all of the Lemurian language that you've brought forward. It's probably not going to be for at least until I get back, actually, because there's just no way in the timeline I can get that from now to when I'm going on the trip. But I definitely will think about that for the future, like and
Yeah, I
after
mean,
that.
I
Yeah,
can't share all this to you here on this show.
yeah,
It's not possible.
yeah. Well, I appreciate your time.
But we're going to take a break right now, okay? And then we'll come back and we'll share a bit more, talk a bit more. I want to share the geometries, because we have the eye of destiny that we are working with, and the geometries right now that are fresh and brand new. That just came through just the other day through the Quantum Navigator. So if you can, Huna Tamarake, we'll take a break and we'll be right back. Sweet, sweet dear ones. When I come back, I'll just acknowledge also some more people who have arrived. I see some new names, and then we'll share some more, okay? Be right back.
Need some Reiki or Rife energies? Or perhaps you need some Lemurian healing products. If you are in the UK, look no further than Huna Kahatota at www.hunashealings.earth. For all of your high vibrational healthcare needs, you can visit Huna Kaparore at www.lightinaction.earth. Oracle readings rooted in the Lemurian operating system. Get your Oracle reading with Huna Kahasahi at www.flc.earth. Live online journeys, energy clearing modalities, and sound healing sessions for new families with Huna Kahiwaha. Head to www.rl5.earth.
My ninja, my cousin Black Jesus, he gonna do a one-on-one session with me. All you gotta do is buy a raffle ticket. Come and be with Huna Flash. It's like that. Okay. Let's welcome back Indigo. And let me just say, also welcome the sweet, sweet dear ones that just arrived. Noko, nice to see you. Welcome, Aktale. Thomas Lynch in the house. Welcome back, brother. Who else is here? Julia. Over here. We're over here in the tubes of you. And Maho Paku. Welcome, Mahuna Maho Paku. Maho Paku.
Huna, I just want to let you know, I only had an hour and a half today.
Okay.
But I wanted to just come on and say thank you so much for the opportunity to come on and speak with you and just for all your wisdom and all of the global work you've done. It's truly inspiring. And just want to say thank you so much. Thank you for having me. And thank you for everyone watching. I really
Okay,
appreciate it.
just have a minute before you jump out.
Oh, yes, I have a minute. Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So just to speak to your contact, and you have a website, your social media, if you like to add those, we'll add them as well into the show. And also just speak a little bit to your mission in Kauai.
Sure. You can find me at indigoangel222.com. And all of my landing page to my Kauai trip is on that website under the events tab. You can also find the mission at learn.indigoangel222.com. And well, it's going to be a small group. I would say up to about 20 of us. And yeah, we're going down there to work on clearing planetary war timelines, and everything that's kind of connected to that. I feel like that's one of the reasons why I've been getting led to Germany at this time, is I've been seeing generationally things stuck in the land codes over there with victimizer programs, all of the stuff that's still kind of stuck it's like stuck in the Aryan timeline of things. And current wounds and traumas. So I think those things are connected. So um, it's definitely going to be a focus to heal degraded war timelines on this planet and off this planet. I think with a focus to also clear what's going on in the Rigel Orion system, as a lot of the contention within the predatorial race lines stems from there. So
Yep.
we're going to work to clear that. We're going to work to clear dark military weapons and technology, and also the betrayal wounds of consciousness. And I think what's come between men and women in terms of relationships, fertility, breeding, sovereignty in these things, reclaiming sovereignty with these things. And it's going to be just family based, family oriented. I'd say anyone that comes along on the journey with me, that I try to really create a safe place. I create a place of unity, um, and really working within an itinerary, so we get to special places, get to special locations, do ceremony, do ritual, do healing, do prayer. I think for everyone that's going, it's definitely a mission of personal healing as well as collective healing. But I would say, in terms of all of the missions that I've done to this point, this is probably the biggest one that I've done up until this point. So I'm excited. I feel honored, in a lot of ways, because I felt for a while coming up into this point that the mission was going to be canceled. I really did. I thought, it's not going to happen. There's too much resistance. There's too much pushing back on me. I'm getting too many like things that are showing me that now may not be the time. And then I kind of got to this point where I almost gave up. And then it was like all these green lights just turned on, and it was like this connection. No, this is going to work. No, this is going to unfold somehow. So I'm just trusting I'm being guided appropriately, and you know, um, yeah, so
Yes,
trusting in that.
yes, yes. Well, if you have received the knowing of Lemuria, and so there is support there, just from that, the receiving and integration of Lemuria at this time, where many elders are, and especially for Hawaii, especially for Lemuria, first Lemuria itself, which is where you are going. And so there is that support, and all your channel know. Sometimes, to shine a diamond, there's pressure. So sometimes there's pressure, and that sometimes you have to just overcome the pressure to to polish, so that you can reveal the diamonds, that you can reveal the crystal, that you can reveal the light. So got all the support you've asked for already. You
Yeah.
have and learned some things here already. And at some stage, you're ready to go into deeper, and that's available. That's why it's been brought forward now and
Yeah.
contained inside the School of Light. So thank you for being with us. It's absolute pleasure. Um, though much more can be shared maybe at a later date. Hey, we can catch up again.
Yeah, I would love to share with you at a later time. Yes. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all this.
You're
And
welcome.
yeah, I look forward to future conversation.
We have this greeting in Lemuria. This greeting:
I
one
didn't.
flat hand,
Okay.
one vertical.
Okay. Oh.
We receive so that we can give. So gratitude in this way.
Okay.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much.
All right,
Wawa, to
Huna.
you,
Thank you,
much
everyone.
aloha. Take
Okay.
care, and our love to Pennsylvania.
Okay. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye bye. Okay, sweet dear one, sweet dearly beloveds, where are your questions at? Come on and hit me up with a question. Although we are very close to bouncing out of here, but we have some things to share. Also, like another half an hour, we've got a little bit to share. So there's the link right there for the YouTube. Over for the sweet dear ones in the grams of instant, you'll have to come over to the YouTube channel, I'm afraid, to get the link to pop on to the show and ask a question. So if you have questions, come on. Select that link. Don't forget to mute your YouTube before you jump into the link, okay? Because it'll feedback. It'll loop. Okay, so just before I invite Huna Tamarake to bring on some geometries here, share with you. A little bit of intel to share from the news feed, okay? some things to share with you on the news feed. Apparently, Kamala Harris has received $200 million in donations, supposedly. We do know 90 million was donated for Biden. Okay, we do know that that was donated for Biden on the political news here. But also we do know, and we've been informed, that she can't touch that 90 because it was allocated for Biden, and it cannot be switched over to another, let's say, running for office. So that may be a bunch of BS. Also, just from the news feed, the U.S. government has ordered a total evacuation of U.S. citizens from Lebanon. Of course, you know what's going on there in our beautiful home of Lebanon and Beirut and in Africa. I don't call it the Middle East, but okay, fine. I refer to it as Africa because it is North Africa. And that, more bombing and more destruction and war, sweet dear ones. Still more destruction and war. This is why these stargates cannot be accessed in the way that they used to be accessed. You understand me? It cannot be distorted by that level of destruction and distortion. Well, otherwise, why do we want? Why that this is how what we work with to go through what they call the firmament. The only way through the firmament, the so-called barriers, the blockade, if I know, was created by star nations, including the Arcturians, and I also had some work to do with it, is that the only way to go access through it is the 5D Christ consciousness in mission, both physically and mentally, and its integration. And working with it at activated 12-strand DNA activated in your being. And even then you will be tested to get access. So these wars that are happening on this at this time, okay, it looks like a lot, but it's not. But it's enough to cause fear and distortion, and that's where the big deal is at, right? So these are still going to be fully guarded and protected, and even unknown to many of you until these things are totally cleared. Okay. So if you have a question, you have to come on and ask me right directly. All right. Someone is asking how to access the Stargate. Well, you'll have to come on and ask me. All right. For number one, you need to learn you need to be part of the Dragon Masters to get that information. Because it's like I said earlier, I can talk to you about all kinds of codes and things, but it's not just that you speaking them. It's your body's got to integrate them. Okay? And there, the codes are going to search you out to see if you're truthful or not. Right? These codes and these technologies and these information and wisdoms are going to seek you out from within you. So you've got to be ready to take these things on. It's not like this ain't no, it's no joke. All right. Yeah, you got to be there, fully be there, 111%. No monkey business in terms of your intention now. So this evacuation of our beautiful lands of Lebanon and destruction is happening in our homes. My goodness. We're still, of course, we've got work to do. As much as, and it's a maintenance thing too. So these things have to be kept up. It can't be just, one team doing it every other 10 years or a couple of individuals going out there to do the best they can. It's part of it, of course, not denying it. It's going to take a little bit more lifting than that, I'm afraid, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. If a question, come on and ask me, all right? Because I'm looking forward to it. Some other information and news in the geopolitical landscape. The banks are crashing, as you know. I'm talking in terms of this monetary energy, financial energy, because it is currency and it is to do with current and it is to do with flow and it is to do with letting go of that energy so one can allow it to flow and not bottleneck it and hold it back so that it can flow freely to everyone. So let us just be of that mindset as we are watching and tracking and understanding all the multiple dimensions of our societies that requires our attention, you know. So, Alexander, if he has a question, you come on and ask me. Huna Mahakana, go ahead and come on and ask me. You've got a question. I see there's a few questions. You just have to come and ask me. Arian Stasi, go ahead and come on and ask me. I want to see what you look like anyway. Noko, go ahead, come on and ask me. Don't be afraid. What are you shy? Are you shy? Ashley's not shy. Ashley, you there? Ashley, where did Ashley come from?
You can hear me?
Hello there. Nice to meet you.
You as well. Wow, I wasn't expecting to see you like this. Interesting.
This is how we roll over here. Huna Flash TV is live and interactive. Thank you very much.
Well, awesome. Thank you so much. My question is, how do we go about learning the actual Lemurian calendar and how to translate that from the Gregorian for our own charts?
Okay, there is the School of Light, which has the Dragon Masters course, that you will learn 5 blocks of 25 modules, take you all the way through it. Okay. And you can go and get that on the website. There is also Quantum Navigator, where the Huna shares with you specifically your birth chart. And there's an learning, there's certain things to access and learn there. Okay, but the larger body of work is at the Dragon Masters. That's the reason why I created it. It is also not only just information. These are connected to the 9 senses, and your body will integrate the energies. You will integrate it. It will track through you and open up and access and initiate further expansion. Okay? So it is not like you're just sitting there listening to somebody on a webinar. That's not it. It's reaching right into you.
Gotcha.
Right. This is dragon energy, and it's going to activate your higher levels and intensities of dragon energy and dragon command and control systems. Because you're accessing land, water, sky through this knowledge, meaning moving land, moving water, and activating sky. Okay.
I understand. Gotcha.
So these are. So I say it this way because it is this way. I'm not trying to, scare you or anything, but I have to let you know properly. There are hundreds that are in the Dragon Masters have graduated. We graduate every June. Lemurian New Year is June 1. So we just had a graduation of 25 Dragon Masters. And they fly here to Mexico to graduate.
Wow.
So every graduation, you must fly to my location.
Gotcha.
Okay. But it's major. It's very major wisdom and sharing education in the Dragon Masters. It is about mastering the command and control of your emotional body and working with higher vibration, frequency, electric and magnetic coding and speaking. And the cosmology and the constellational and celestial constellation and the terrestrial constellation. Right? Also, what is below shall be above. Not just what is above will be below. It's also what is below. So you're going to learn to match it and find those locations on Earth connected to you.
Got you.
Where are you
I have a
located?
question. Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
Oh, in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. You're
Yeah.
you're near the Ho Chunk Reservation.
Yeah, Potawatomi.
Oh, the Potawatomis, yeah. Oh, Milwaukee,
Yeah.
Milwaukee. Sorry, yeah, Potawatomi. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
What was your question?
Um, so back in 2020, I was led to go to Sedona in that region, to the Grand Canyons, and I have like a really strong pull for that going southwest in regards to the four directions, like for the four races, the four people, tribes, and different elements. Um, Trying to understand within myself because I feel like I'm meant to go there in regards to like Hopi prophecy and Cherokee prophecy. Um, but how I feel like there's a blockage with me accessing certain parts, especially with being under attack by, let's say, like insectoid beings as well as reptilian when I'm trying to access that part, like actually being face to face with them. How do I um, access my inner Lemurian power to push that back so that I can access my full potential with that?
Knowledge and wisdom and the powerful remembering a dragon master.
Got you.
I mean, you don't speak Lemurian,
No.
do you? So you need to
Yeah.
learn that some of it. You need to be able to start moving into that vocabulary, and the alignments of your birth chart and the calendar of light of Lemuria will at least get you started on that. And then you will
Okay.
need to also travel to the four corners, and
Yeah.
meet with.
Back.
You will need to find the alignment to meeting with elders.
Yeah.
Can you speak Hopi? Hmm?
No, I cannot. A lot of
You
that
know,
stuff, when my ancestors had moved, when they were forced to move from the Southwest, they moved to Kentucky, Appalachian region. And even upon that, with them marrying, African, they lost their rights from having children with them, as well as, intergenerational marriage. And so we lost our rights as Cherokee people, and a lot of that stuff was gone over time. And so it's just me being led from intuition from like my great grandmother and other signs of nature to go and find that stuff out. So
yeah, well, just
been at
you can go to Broken Arrow and Tahlequah to the black Cherokees. The
teleport.
Cherokees of the Israelite in Broken Arrow, Tahlequah, Okmulgee, Oklahoma, all around there. That they are there. The Muskogee, they speak
Uh-huh.
Cherokee. They speak the black Cherokee.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
interesting.
South Carolina is the Hebrew Cherokee, fair skin, blue
Got
eyed.
it. Okay.
There are two.
Makes sense.
So
Okay.
you go over to Tahlequah. I'll give you some lessons. But if you're going to speak about the Hopi and you're going to Arizona and around there, then you need to learn a little bit of Hopi. Loloma,
Mm-hmm.
Loloma. Learn the Loloma. Learn to say
Oh,
thank you. Loloma is in the Hopi. Okay, so
oh,
so you go around those areas, learn a little bit about just that, and find way. You need to go and have fry bread and a cup of tea. You know, you need to go and have some lamb stew and fry bread and hot chocolate.
okay.
You know what I'm
I
talking
love that.
about? The kitchen
Yeah.
table. The kitchen
Yeah.
table. That's where they
Good.
begin to say, okay, here comes they'll greet you. Yeah. These are the ways to go, and not just retreats and energies and yoga and all of that. If you go and have a fried bread and some lamb stew with, I don't care if you're vegan, do it anyway,
Right.
because that's a sign of respect. I know when I was
Indeed.
first starting to share information years ago, I put the food out ready for them to receive, and the one lady said, "Look, I'm vegetarian, but and I haven't eaten meat in my whole life. I'm going, and she's 60, and I'm going to eat what you have given me."
Okay.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
Out of
get
respect.
used to doing that and get access. The only way to do that is to be real.
Indeed. Indeed. Thank you
Okay,
so much. I
I got to
truly
line up
appreciate
at the door. Got to line up at the door over here. Let's get some of these other questions. Thanks for visiting, Ashley. Hopefully, we see you in the Dragon Masters.
That's my goal. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you.
See you.
Okay.
Oh, we got Mahakana.
Hi there.
Oh.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes. We've
Okay,
got a line up here now. Okay, go ahead, Mahakana.
Cool. Well, I just have a quick question / comment. A lot of people claim to access the stargates, and I resonate with your truth, which is why I don't really watch or study anybody, to be honest. What is the likelihood? You kind of answered it when you mentioned that other people that say they access stargates do so by accessing, I guess, like fifth dimensional energies within themselves. Is that really valid, or are they kind of accessing like surface level?
It's an expansion of their DNA and an expansion of their consciousness, and then that's just a journey towards the more full-bodied work. If that is what they wish to do, then they will need more information and wisdom. Because not just accessing through the 12-strand DNA is also activating memory. Okay, but there is the two matrices. There is the malevolent and there's the benevolent matrix. Okay, so the draconian and the Gregorian, though you may still have accessed higher strand DNA or higher consciousness, there's still a need to pull your body from that matrix, pull the physical, the cycle, the cellular cycle over into the alignments of true nature and the true systems of nature, of Lemuria. So people confuse stargates with portals as well, because they're not the same. Like portals, you can access and you can travel through even physically and fly starships and stuff like that. But the important stargates that are the new Earth stargates do not allow that kind of access, simply because of what we have learned, simply because of what has been done already. And we've already said, and everybody here knows, we will not allow that further. That's why we said yes to being here. We didn't say yes to come here and start more wars. Did you? Did you?
Yeah.
Did you come in and stop more war? What the heck was that? We're not having that. We know the lesson. This is not about sovereignty. This is about accountability and responsibility to the unified field of unified consciousness, right? And expansion. So all the stargates I'm working with are with that. And even my body cannot access them fully like that because of the distortions in the field. So I have to be very careful when I'm there doing the work. And I go there. I go to the place. I don't just sit on a couch and do it, or on YouTube and do it. I take a team of people. We go, because that's part of my work. I don't know what, everybody has their work, right? Everybody's helping. And then it's all a wonderful lesson, I suppose.
I have another question. I think I kind of already know the answer, but I'm going to ask you anyway. So I'm in the Dragon Masters course. I really wanted to make the graduation this past June, but I wasn't able to. So the question I have is not so much particular to Stargates, because I don't really feel a big call for me to go to Stargates, but there's a lot of cleanup that just needs to happen in general, grid work in different places that I'm being called to do. The teachings and knowings that we're getting from the Dragon Masters course, I'm guessing, are applicable to general grid work.
Yes, very much so. The white cutter working with the mother's vessel, you start putting it into action. You don't have to wait for graduation to do that. The idea is to get to graduation having done some of the stuff. So by the time you get to graduation, I'm going to test you on the practical, and that means just to also fill in any of the blanks, right? Any questions, and then also in the field, we're going to add extra energy to your energetic field. We're going to just pour more energy into you, and that takes place on location. When you graduate. So yeah, it is. Perhaps I should share that sometimes. I don't really share that side of it, but that is the reason why the graduation is important. There's some won't be going to the Stargates, but some are doing the great grid work as they do. Okay, and that's fabulous. And thank you for that, by the way. I look forward to you graduating, becoming a Dragon Master. Okay?
All right, thank you.
I've got a brother here. for question, brother. Alkion.
Greetings, Master Huna Flash. Blessings be on your path.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. I have 3 questions, please, if I may.
Oh, wow. 3. Yes.
First question. I feel that Paul White Eagle is aligned with you as a Dragon Master with you, Dragon Masters, Master Huna Flashes. That's true.
White Eagle. That gives me goosebumps. That gives me the bumpy skin. Yes, White Eagle. Wow.
Paul White Eagle.
Paul.
Yes, he's my Trinity brother
Yes.
over in Turtle Island. I'm calling from Avalon. I am White Gold Owl.
He was embodied here in California, no?
Yes.
Yes. Yes, we did things together before he left the plane. And yeah, he's been in the field. Oh, so thank you for sharing.
That might have been the previous Paul White Eagle. I'm talking about a current incarnation still existing on Turtle Island.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. Yeah, that was. Well, no, he's probably re-entered through this person.
Wow.
Yeah. If you're speaking, this is him coming back through this person.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Well,
yes.
we are on the same track. We are on the same road, the same path, the same light, first sound, first breath. Oh.
Mm-hmm. He has a powerful way of clearing the souls stuck in the mud and the earth. It's one of the specialties.
A great teacher, a great master, a great cleanser.
That's a great question.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yes, Paul White Eagle. Wow.
Second. Yes.
Takes me to Bear Mountain in California. Wow.
Yes.
Okay. Second question.
Second question. I am White Gold Owl. May I join your ranks as a fellow Dragon Master Huna Flash?
Yes. We have an initiation access. We have a way through the door, and you are certainly welcome to take up the keys to come through that door. Everyone is in this. Of course, the owl or the Udu. We refer to the Udu. When we speak the language of the owl, we are speaking the sound Udu, which means access of the enter and return.
Yes.
And so, yes, we have a protocol that's required for the serious joy, so the serious joy may take place. And absolutely,
yes, we have protocols. Yes, agreed and accepted. Third question: Are all our people on planet Earth prepared for what's coming ahead until November the 25th? Or how many?
We have a large number. We have a big number. A big number is prepared. And I wear the head of Maha. You say Mega, but to me it is Maha.
Maha.
First light and the first breath. Those who speak the first light and are speaking of the first breath are being seen and known. And so, as they say, as they've been saying, and they've been moving towards this date of the Kahuku Motu in November is the butterfly transformation. And so we're getting into that transformation. We know that we know, and the Kahunas know this and have known it for a long time, of the origin of Trump, of his being that he was in a lifetime before, as to his alignment in the work that he has to do now.
Wow. Yes.
One called this karma. I will just speak to it as the shit that he's got to do now. Okay. So he's been afforded the divine directive, right? Yes. He's been afforded access, and he can't be taken out. Absolutely cannot be taken.
It cannot be reversed, cannot be taken. Full protection is installed as per line of Michael, Archangel Michael, Green Line, Chakra, Heart, Albion, Avalon.
Divine directive is in control of the alignments for him, and the red dragon family is with him, and supporting him. So yeah, they will turn his head.
Absolutely.
They will turn his head when they need to. They'll they'll allow him to go down below, get down and duck down, and they will allow him and help him to do that. Yes, of course.
Absolutely.
It is a knowing but unknown for him.
Indeed.
He just does it.
Indeed, the Red Dragon Super Wave was super successful. The White Aleph Master Wizard waves were very, very successful. The Elohim are in accordance and have realigned and have been reawoken. And we are full in sync now as master messengers of the original guardianship of the White Elohim, creators of Earth, Terra, Sophia, Tara, Isis, Mary, New Haven, New Heaven, New Eden.
Yes, beautiful, brother. Thank you so much for the wonderful questions. We are fully in sync. I look forward to seeing you join up on the Dragon Masters and to meet you in person during the graduation of the Dragon Masters Intensive. And of course, the tools are available to use as you're going through them. Certainly, you have the mastery of your skills. Of course, no doubt that there is an alignment. There is a new council of the Dragon Masters formed. It is awaiting those that will take the seat. And this council is aligned to the Creation Dragon Council over the Galactic Federation. Okay, so this is Sector 1 appropriation order from Chaos, divine directive.
Yes.
And so seats
grand liberation of the light. Yes, victory in the light always. Yes.
Sector 1 referred to, and there are seats awaiting.
Yes. Understood and accepted. Thank you very much, Grandmaster Hunger.
Thank you, brother. Thank you for the question. We'll move into sharing some of these new informations now and look forward to connecting again. Wow. Tamake, let's share a couple of the geometries before we head out on a wave, which is the 404 is coming up. Yeah, look at this, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. What? Are you kidding me? Oh, yeah. Arero, huh? Yeah. Here you go. Arero. Wow, the tongue of the dragon. Oh, my goodness. Yes, sir. Wow. Okay, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Just feast your energies this way, your focus, vibration. And I know Kathy was trying to get on here. Kathy, just unmute. If you can you hear me?
Yes.
Can we see you? I'd like to see you.
I would love to join you in about 2 minutes.
Oh.
I just need to get where I can add on the camera.
Okay, put some clothes on.
Yes, that's what I need to do.
That's sweet dear ones. Oh, look at this. You are looking at geometries that are aligned to the birth signs of August coming up with which is the Fatura, the alignment of the Falcon Condor in being birth sign, carrying through the Lion Queen, the eye of the Lion Queen, the eye of destiny, and it's sharing what it is bringing through and into actually what's sending to outside of light and what is also returning into the light. So you see the return and you see the enter. The return is back outside of light, okay, and the enter is back into light, meaning back into our atmosphere. So what is traveling from this month, from the completion of July, which is on the enter. Okay, the enter is completing and it's about to return outside of light. And what's going to come inside of light after these periods on these date lines, these timelines, are these geometries. And these are the molecular level, fractal level of vibration, energy, frequency, magnetic that's affecting, or not affects, that causes reaction and response. sound and light in the field, in the inside of light. So it is amazing. So we're looking at just to give you a view of it, just so you can see. You see, you can feast on it and feel it. Whatever you feel, you will feel. And then, okay, thank you, Tamaki, for zooming in. So there's a little zoom in there. Look at that. Eye of the Falcon is right there. Okay, August 6th. Incredible geometry. Okay, there's Kathy. Nice to meet you, Kathy.
Hello. Wonderful to meet you. Not formally, no.
Okay. Oh, okay. Do you have a question?
I'm not directly, no. I'm just trying to figure out who I am and what I'm supposed to be doing.
You want me to do all that right now, or can we save that for another time?
It's totally up to you. Whatever you feels best.
Well, number one, where are you located?
I'm in Indiana.
Oh, you're in Indiana. In Diana, you are Niana. Okay. So
I'm near the central, right near the Ohio line.
Oh, okay. That's a little bit east, northeast. Is it? Central east. Yeah,
Central East. Yeah, Central East.
Okay, so that's been popping up a lot lately. With my connections of Indiana and Indianapolis, it's been popping up a whole lot lately.
I'm about 45 minutes straight east of Indy.
Okay. What month were you born?
April.
Oh, okay. So you're the Tuatara. Are you familiar with anything in that? If you watched any of my videos in my YouTube channel?
I've watched some, and I feel like I have something blocking. It's like I know I should be understanding, but I'm not grasping.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that's fine. As long as you can hear, even if you don't understand, and you can see, so your eyes will begin to take it in. But you got to integrate it. You got to take it in. Don't push it off. Just let it come. Even if you don't understand it, just allow it. And then as we share more with you, it'll start to link up all on its own.
I'm constantly speaking in a language I don't understand.
Yeah, that'll start to be open up more, and as you learn more, you do need to join up with us. And I say this all the time because this could require some work on your behalf, on some effort. But if you also connect in with Quantum Navigator.earth, she can share with you your birth sign and your birth chart. Okay. And speak to some very powerful alignments for you there. As to who you are, you have been many. Okay, even now you were many. You stand on the shoulders of many ancestors. They have support you, and you support them. So who are you? You are more than just a name that you've been given in a contract. And so when we break down that contract, we take you beyond into the infinite, where you don't have a name. And that the knowing of you is an essence of light. We speak to that, and everything involved with what we do takes you on that journey towards that. Is it your higher self? Whatever you want to call it. I want to just say to you, you don't have a name. Should you have a name, you will become limited. You are not limited, and that is part of the block. Going by, who am I? I got this name, but that's not who you are. Right? Even the body is not who you are. But that's fine. You've got a body, so you're going to deal with it, right? Now,
yeah.
When you go to the birth sign, it's going to allow you to expand your consciousness. It's a matter of clarity, because what you do not know, you cannot know. And that's very frustrating. You can brag all about knowing whatever all you like all day long. You don't know if you cannot know if you do not know. You can't break through. It'll almost feel like I'm being blocked out. You're not being blocked out. You just don't know, right? Or you have a failing to remember.
That's my problem.
It can be as easy as that. Well, this whole system is to allow you to crack open your remembering, but you're going to go beyond what you are named, and you're going to go beyond all the lifetimes. You will take your journey on the dragon ride beyond all of this, and you will move closer to the infinite, the most infinite one that you are, and for the moment, because there'll be another infinite discovery, right? This is discovery and rediscovery. That's what this is: creation and recreation, discovery and rediscovery. Are you going to call it change? I suppose so. You can change your skin on that journey, but however, discovery is much deeper. Rediscovery is like, okay, shed that and move to the next levels, but you're still standing on the shoulders of your of who you were,
Right.
Who you were, right? You stand on the shoulders of who you were, so you become the ancestor. You are the ancestor. But that's number one. You are already the ancient ancestor, the ancient traveler. If I would say that's a name, then that's what you are. I would just say to go with Quantum Navigator and start there, and also go and spend time with the Lemurian Oracle at flc.earth. All my recommendations are on my website, but I can say to you, you want to go deeper and much more broader, then take on the Dragon Masters course and actually do some very, very hard work in there. And then, but as for you, just in this space right now at this moment, I can share with you that you are much more than what is on your contract, of course. All you have to do is allow the unknown to enter you, to become known. And this is the time for it, by the way. And you might feel like, oh, what is Huna saying? Just let any old energy in? Well, why not? Well, yeah, why not? Because it's just energy. It is energy. It's stand on who.
I know I'm safe. I know I'm protected. So I don't have the fear element with that part.
Exactly what I'm saying. There's no need, because just energy, and it needs to flow. Whether it's dark, whether it's light, it has to flow through. So, allow the dark to flow through to become light, whatever you fear, whatever the feeling is, then yes, and open up. So you're on the right path with that.
Okay.
And then also there's also the seal to become a Huna, to activate source element ascension light to become sealed. Yes, I have all of these things that I do, and I have all of these doors to go through and these things to sign up for, because that's where I put them, and that's where my calendar and my schedule is. This conversation, we share as much as we can, but I got to tell you, these things, the seal and the Dragon Masters and all of that, they're very intense. You're going to need, your body's going to need to, again, it takes time to integrate, just because your body will start, your DNA and your cells will start spinning in a way where you're going to need to be able to integrate that and have time with it.
Well, that started about three or so years ago when they turned on the pyramid in Michigan.
Yes.
I about died. I mean, it was bad. And I'm slowly coming back. I'm not back to full health yet, but there's something changing. There's something going on.
Oh yeah, but once you start moving into this while you're here, that's why you're here. You're coming here because this is your next stop, and you're gonna need it.
Yeah, I'm at the stage now where I know I don't know what I'm supposed to know, and I know I need help from others to find out what that is.
And we're here.
So that's kind of that's about as broad as you can get.
Yeah, and I thank you for that, and I honor, and I'm so grateful. I'm grateful for this show, this medium, this little place here where we can chat. It's become very an incredible place to meet everybody. But I'm going to say it straight. I will say it straight. You've got to take the next steps, become the Dragon Master, become a Huna, which is you already are, but take the formal steps. The formalities are important into the integration of your body and your activation of your DNA strand, because it will feel a lot different than it is just to talk about it.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think I'm ready to do something.
Well,
So I think I'm finally at the point where I'm ready to be open, which I can honestly say I wasn't there a year ago. So it's coming. It's coming.
Oh, you've accelerated. Very good. Thank you so much. Please go ahead and take a look on the website, and please visit with the recommendations. That there's recommendations there. Please visit with them. It will accelerate it. Also open up and allow your integration to also be a little softer on you.
Okay.
Yeah, it'll be a little soft. There's going to be some bumps because there's stuff you're going to purge and you're going to throw out. Your eyes will change.
They have.
Your ears. Yes. Okay.
They were brown and now they're kind of green.
And then your ears will hear only a certain thing and not listen to nonsense.
Good.
Is tune into certain frequencies, I should say.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Well, thank you for visiting, Kathy.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're going to wind up and wrap things up here. We're in the 1612. We're going to have 1616 in a minute, which is 8 4s, which is a massive wave coming up in 4 minutes. But look forward to you visiting with us. I look forward to seeing you sign up on the things that will help you invest in you, right? And I look forward to that integration.
I do too. As soon as we're all done here, I'm going to get on your website and check it out. Thank you so much.
All righty. Well, we'll see you. I'm going to wrap up on the geometries. Take care.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Okay, let's just get that final. Thank you, Huna. Sweet, sweet dear ones, we'll just leave you with these. Bring these feelings into your stomach and into your heart and in your solar plex. Let it wash through your kaha system. Add them into your kaha system. Allow it to make sense for you, or have a comprehension or clarity for you. More better for you. More bit of this arito. This arito means tongue, sweet dear ones. Tongue. And that's exactly it. The tongue. That's right on it, Tamake. Tongue. That's the tongue. Arito. The tongue of the dragon. Wow. And that's on the enter. Yep, that's on the enter. We're moving from the 28th August. Circle it, dummy. I can see the arrow. I can see the arrow. He's like, look, I'm circling it, you dummy. Wednesday, August 28th is moving towards the Maita. You have choice, the omnipresent. So what does the tongue refer to? Will you lick me to death? Arero, which is the dragging tongue. Okay. So there is some speaking going on. There is some tasting, specific essences of the 9 senses being amplified here, being intensified, so being accented here. Okay, it's being accented, showing us very clearly the tongue of the dragon. Okay. That is with the Quantum Navigator. You want to know more, you want to do a birth chart reading and align to these geometries, please go to quantumnavigator.earth. Also, FLC, F as in Frank, Lima Charlie.earth, Frank Lima Charlie.earth, FLC.earth, at the Firelight Continuum, Matuna Kahasahi, get a Lemurian continuum, and then also learning some of the vocabulary from the light languaging, okay, and the coding of the Kaha system, the chakra system. So go ahead, check out the website for all the recommendations. And I thank you once again, sweet dear ones, for being here. I hope you enjoyed that. I trust that we had a good time, and want to thank our guest Indigo for visiting, Indigo Angel. Such a pleasure. And I look forward to seeing you on the next one, yeah? We'll be into August, of course. Oh, there you go. 16 right now. How you like that? You guys really know how to time things. That's a heck of a wave on the 28th day. I'm going to take that and make a post out of it. For reals. Okay. 16. Enjoy the wave. And enjoy the ride. It's a beauty. We're still in the field from all of what took place in July, and what's coming in August is accelerating and expanding all of that and bringing more to us. So just hang in there, okay? So much love, sweet dear ones, sweet dearly beloveds. Thank you so much, Huna Tama Ake. Look forward to you being back in the light as soon as possible. And go ahead. The recording, the show will be in YouTube, Huna Flash TV, and if you didn't catch this whole show, you can go there and watch the replay. Okay. We'll see you again. Wawa.